What's up, contractors? Thank you for joining us today. I'm excited to share something that can transform how you market your contracting business without hiring expensive agencies or spending hours creating content yourself. We all know that we should be creating content, but we have a lot of other stuff going on, right? So you've probably heard of ChatGPT by now, but maybe you aren't sure how to use it. Maybe you've tried it, but didn't get great results, or you weren't consistent. If that's the case, either way, this presentation is for you if you're in this business at all. Today, I'm going to show you 10 valuable ChatGPT prompts that can help generate leads, close more deals, build a stronger brand, and so much more, all in less time than you're spending right now. We've compiled over 100 prompts specifically for general contractors and home remodelers, and today we're focusing on the 10 that delivered the biggest impact. Let's dive in, shall we? Number one is Google Business Profile Description. This is one of the most important pieces of digital real estate you own, your Google Business Profile. When homeowners in your area search for contractors, your profile is often the first thing that they see, or they should be seeing. But most contractors either leave it blank or write something generic that doesn't stand out. Here's the ChatGPT prompt to use. Simply write a Google Business Profile description for a city, general contractor, and home remodeler. So in this case, you would just replace city with your location, and ChatGPT will generate a compelling keyword-rich description that highlights your services and helps you build more trust. So this is very valuable for three key reasons. First, it creates a strong first impression for local searches. When somebody finds you on Google Maps, they're reading this description to decide if they should call you or not. Second, it drives organic traffic. Google rewards well-optimized profiles with better visibility in local search results. And third, it builds trust with homeowners by clearly communicating what you do, who you serve, and why they should choose you. You should also use ChatGPT to be consistent with posting on Google Business Profile. We'll get into more of this later as we're creating social media content. Your blog posts, you can share on that. Before and after, reviews, find ways to consistently update this Google Business Profile. Why should you do this? Because optimized Google Business Profiles get 70% more clicks than generic ones. This one prompt can significantly increase your local search performance. Now let's move on to a prompt that helps you recover leads that maybe you thought you lost. Prompt number 2 is going to be focused on follow-up email sequences. So here's a scenario every contractor knows. You meet with the homeowner, give them a detailed quote, and then nothing. They don't book, they ghost you, you don't hear from them again. No call back. Most contractors assume that this lead is dead, but the truth is 20 to 30% of these lost leads can be recovered with the right follow-up sequence. Remember the phrase, the fortune is in the follow-up. The problem is most of us don't have the time to craft personalized follow-up emails, so we just move on to the next lead. That's where this prompt comes in. Write a 5-part follow-up email sequence for customers who got a quote or estimate but didn't end up booking the project. ChatGPT will create a complete email series that nurtures a lead without being pushy. You can actually create one time and put it into email autoresponder. That way you don't have to create a totally new one. The benefit of this is that you can be more specific. Like if it was a bathroom remodel, kitchen remodel, whole home remodel, you can be more specific and personalize it more. But just so you know, you can create automations within email softwares. So this is incredibly valuable for 3 reasons. First, it converts hesitant leads. Many homeowners need time to think, compare options, or save up money. A well-crafted follow-up keeps you in their consideration. Second, it keeps you top of mind, right? When they're ready to move forward, you'll be the contractor that they remember. And last, it increases your booking rate without requiring you to manually chase down every single lead. The data backs this up. Follow-up sequences can recover 20 to 30% of lost leads. That's a significant revenue boost from leads you've already invested time and money to acquire. So next, we're going to talk about how to fill your calendar with seasonal work using Facebook ads. Prompt number 3, Facebook ads for seasonal services. Seasonal services like deck construction in spring, outdoor renovations in summer, or winterization in the fall are huge revenue opportunities for contractors. But you need to act fast because the window is very short. Facebook ads are one of the best ways to reach ready-to-buy homeowners in your area. But writing effective ad copy is a skill most contractors don't have time to develop. Here's the prompt that you need. Create a high-converting Facebook ad for a seasonal deck construction special. You can customize this for any seasonal service like roofing, landscaping, HVAC, you name it. I just saw a story about a contractor who does sprinkler winterization, and he was running Facebook ads and he made $20,000 in 1 month. This prompt is valuable for 3 reasons. First, it targets ready to buy homeowners. These are things that people are thinking about but don't have the time to do. Facebook's targeting tool lets you reach people in your area who are actively interested in home improvement. Second, it creates urgency. Seasonal ads work because they tap into the now now or never mindset. Homeowners know they need to act before the season ends. And finally, third, it fills your calendar. When you run a well-crafted seasonal ad, you can book weeks of work in just a few days, and that cash flow is going to be well received. The numbers for this speak for themselves. Seasonal ads generate 3 times more engagement than general ads. That means more clicks, more inquiries, and more book jobs. And not to mention, you get your foot in the door with a smaller job, say you're winterizing sprinklers, but you do other stuff. This is your chance to go above and beyond and get somebody in your pipeline for more jobs. So next, let's talk about one of the most powerful marketing assets you can build: online reviews. ChatGPT prompt number 4, simply review request email. Online reviews are the new word of mouth. Before hiring a contractor, 88% of consumers read online reviews and they're researching everything about you. That's higher than almost any other industry. But here's the problem. Most contractors don't have a system or process for asking satisfied customers to leave reviews. They finish the job, they get paid, and they move on. Meanwhile, their competitors are actively collecting reviews and building valuable social proof. This prompt solves that problem. Here it is. Create a review request email that feels personal and genuine. So you want to add in maybe a few specifics about the project, tell a story in a way, and use ChatGPT, your own words combined, to create a really personalized request. ChatGPT will write this email that asks for a review without sounding pushy or transactional. This is valuable for 3 reasons. First, social proof. The more positive review you have, the more credible you appear to potential customers. You essentially will just sell yourself before you even walk in the door. Second, it improves your local SEO. Google rewards businesses with more reviews by ranking them higher in local search results. Local SEO with Google is probably one of the most important things, along with that Google business profile. And third, it attracts quality leads. Homeowners who read reviews are more likely to be serious buyers who trust you before they even call. Remember and listen to this statistic. 88% of consumers trust online reviews as much as personal recommendations. That means every review you collect is working for you 24/7, building trust with potential customers. Don't forget to add this review all over the place, all over your social medias. Create a story with an image, take a screenshot of the review, put it on your website. This should be everywhere. So let's shift gears and talk about visual content, specifically Instagram Reels. One of my favorite ways to use ChatGPT is to create video scripts. You come up with ideas, you can use ChatGPT too. You create real ideas and then you just film it. Sometimes you can loop in a sub or a homeowner or something like that. Contractors have a huge advantage on social media. Your work is inherently visual, right? Before and after transformations, time-lapse videos, behind-the-scenes content are incredibly engaging. Instagram Reels, short, vertical videos like TikTok, YouTube Shorts are the best way to showcase this work and reach younger homeowners who are active on social media. Hey, let's face it, the older generation is all over Facebook and Instagram too. But coming up with fresh content ideas every week is time consuming, it's exhausting, you have a business to run. That's where this prompt helps. Suggest 15 Instagram Reel ideas to showcase the remodeling team's before and after projects. ChatGPT will give you a month's worth of content ideas literally in seconds. You can create a 30-minute calendar with ChatGPT and use a social media scheduler to make sure this video gets blasted on all the platforms. This prompt will help you in 3 ways. First, it showcases your work visually. People have visions in their mind. They want to see you turning their visions into reality. Homeowners can see the quality of your craftsmanship and imagine what you could do for their home. Second, it reaches all the people. Young homeowners, millennials, Gen Z are buying homes and renovating, and they're spending hours on Instagram every single day. And finally, these go viral easily. Reels have the highest organic reach of any content form on Instagram, which means your work can be seen by thousands of people without spending a dime on ads. And you might be thinking, yeah, but these people are going to be all over the world. Yeah, but there's more social proof. If you can showcase videos on your website with tens of thousands of views, even though they're not from the city that you work in, that is a lot of trust building and social proof. Here's the data on this. I'm giving you a stat for each one. Instagram Reels get 22% more engagement than regular posts. That means more likes, more comments, more shares, and ultimately more leads and more projects. So next, let's talk about the critical moment in your sales process, the phone call. So now we're going to talk about phone script for consults, phone calls coming in. When a homeowner calls your business, you have 15 to 60 seconds to make a great impression and to book that consultation. But if you're unprepared, stumble in your words, or you don't ask the right questions, that lead will be gone forever. They're going to move on to the next. Many contractors lose opportunities simply because they don't have a professional phone script and they wing it and they don't practice and it shows. This prompt fixes that. Create a script for answering the phone and booking more consultations from inbound calls. ChatGPT will give you a professional conversational script script that you or your team, your assistant can follow. This is valuable. First, it converts calls to appointments. Getting in the door is super important because that's when that whole trust process starts, but it starts before that with that phone call. So a good script guides the conversation towards booking that important consultation, not just answering questions and trying to get a quote online. Second, it sounds more professional. Homeowners are more likely to trust and hire contractors who sound organized and confident. And third, it reduces those missed opportunities. When you have a script, you're less likely to forget important details or fail to close the call with the clear next step. Always end a call with something that you're going to provide, send in a calendar link or something like that. Never just hope and pray that they call you back. This impact is significant. Good phone scripts increase booking rates by 40% or more. That means nearly half of the inbound calls turn into consults, which is a massive improvement for most contractors. So let's move now from phone calls to long-term content strategy with blogging. This is one of my most favorite topics. ChatGPT prompt number 7, blog topics for SEO. SEO is super important in the construction business. Blogging might seem old school, but it's one of the most effective long-term marketing strategies for business owners, especially contractors. When you publish blog posts about seasonal home improvement projects, common problems homeowners face, or tips for maintaining their homes, these posts rank high on Google and drive organic traffic to your website for years. The problem is most contractors don't know what to write about or don't have time to brainstorm topics. Enter ChatGPT. This prompt solves it. Suggest 10 blog topics for seasonal home improvement projects. You can customize for any niche: roofing, remodeling, landscaping, whatever your specialty is. Why is this valuable? First, it helps you rank on Google. Say no more, right? Every blog post is an opportunity to show up in search results when homeowners are looking for that information. Second, it educates potential clients. When you provide valuable content, you position yourself as the expert and build trust even before they contact you. It's a form of pre-selling, which is huge. It establishes authority. Contractors who blog consistently are seen as more credible and professional than those who don't. Simple as that. Here's the proof. Blogs generate 67 more leads than websites without blogs. Think about that number. That's a huge difference, and it compounds over time as your content library grows. And as you start playing around with these prompts on ChatGPT, it's going to spark more ideas, and you're going to have literally a website full of local SEO gold. So now let's go to leveraging your existing customers to generate new business. Prompt number 8, referral program copy. Your best source of new leads isn't ads or SEO, it's referrals from satisfied customers. When a homeowner recommends you to their friends, family, or neighbors, those leads are pre-qualified and much more likely to hire you. But most contractors don't have a formal referral program. Do you see a theme here when I say most contractors? Don't be that contractor. They just hope customers will refer them organically. A structured referral program changes that by giving customers a clear incentive to spread the word. Here's the prompt that you're going to use. Write a referral program flyer text for existing customers. So simple, these prompts. ChatGPT will create copy that explains your referral program and motivates customers to participate. Now, when you're using these types of prompts, sometimes ChatGPT will ask you questions to get a more specific, refined. So just spend some time, late at night or something like that, and you'll get exactly the result that you're looking for. So this leverages word of mouth, which is the most trusted form of marketing. Second, it rewards loyal clients. A referral program shows appreciation for your best customers and strengthens your relationship with them. And it also generates super quality leads, which is what this is all about, right? Referred customers are more likely to hire you, pay on time, and be satisfied with your work because they've already talked to somebody that you've helped. The data is clear on this one too. Referred customers have 37% higher retention rates. They stick with you longer, hire you for additional projects, and refer even more people. It is a beautiful, virtuous cycle. Now let's talk about high value, high urgency work, emergency services. Emergency services is kind of like seasonal things, missed opportunity for a lot of contractors. So when a homeowner has a burst pipe, leak in roof, structural damage, they need help immediately. They're not price shopping. They're looking for the first available trustworthy contractor who can solve that immediate problem. Emergency services is some of the highest paying, fastest converting work you can get, but you need to show up in search results at the exact moment that they're searching. And your ad copy needs to communicate urgency and, of course, reliability. Here's the prompt. Write 5 Google ad headlines for emergency home repair services in your city. ChatGPT will create headlines that grab attention and drive clicks. First, this captures urgent needs, which is kind of what we're trying to do here. When somebody searches emergency plumber near me or roof repair now, your ad needs to be front and center. This leads to higher conversion rates and more return on your ad investment. Homeowners in crisis mode are ready to hire immediately. This also creates premium pricing opportunities. Emergency work commands much higher rates because of the urgency and inconvenience. The numbers with this are impressive, right? Emergency service ads convert at 2 to 3 times the rate of normal ads. That means more calls, more booked jobs, higher profits, higher revenue per lead. Finally, the last prompt we're going to go over, we're going to talk about staying connected with your past customers through email newsletters. The last prompt we're going to go over is about monthly newsletters. So most contractors focus all their energy on finding new customers and forget about the literal gold mine they're sitting on, their past customers. Homeowners who have hired you once are far more likely to hire you again and again for future projects, deck repairs, bathroom, kitchen remodels, seasonal maintenance, you name it. You should be the person that they rehire. But if you're not staying in touch, they're going to forget about you and probably hire somebody else. A monthly email newsletter keeps you top of mind and drives repeat business. Here's a very simple prompt that you're going to use, and then you're going to expand on this. Create a monthly newsletter template for a general contracting business. ChatGPT will give you a complete newsletter structure with content ideas for each section. So then all you need is some type of customer relationship management software, email marketing software you can get for like $19 a month if you're estimating software already doesn't come with it. And you send just a monthly newsletter, keep it seasonal, add in a recent before and after, put in a personal story, personal touch here and there. This does 3 main things: nurtures your email list. Every past customer is a potential future customer, and a newsletter keeps your relationship alive. Second, it keeps you top of mind, which I've said time and time again. When they're ready for the next project, you're going to be the first contractor that they think of. And finally, it drives repeat business, which is one of the best things because you don't have to resell somebody. You've already done good work and it's going to be an easy sell. A well-crafted newsletter and a consistent newsletter, I should say, can generate referrals, upsells, and new projects without any additional advertising spend. The most impressive statistic of this entire video, email marketing has a 4,200% return on investment. That means for every dollar you spend on email marketing, you get $42 back. No other marketing channel or avenue comes close. So now you've seen the top 10 prompts. Let's talk about what to do next. All right, so we've covered the top 10 ChatGPT prompts for general contractors, from optimizing your Google business profile to creating email newsletters that drive repeat business. Each one of these prompts can save you hours of work and generate real results for your business. But here's the thing, knowing about these prompts isn't enough. You have to actually use them. So here's what I want you to do. First, pick 2 to 3 prompts you can use this week. Don't try to implement all 10 at once, especially if you're not used to AI or you've already tight on time. Just start with the areas where you need the most help. Maybe that's social media, maybe it's follow-up emails, maybe it's your Google business profile. That Google business profile should be one of the first things you optimize. Just pick a few and then get started. So that's the first thing. Second, customize them with your city, your services, and your tone of voice. The more specific you are, the better ChatGPT's output will match your business. Don't just copy and paste, make it yours, add in some personal touches, add in, your personality. And finally, use ChatGPT to generate content. Set aside 20 minutes a week to create one post, one ad, one email. Consistency beats perfection all the time. You don't need to be a marketing expert. You just need to show up regularly and then track what works. Save the responses that perform best and use them as templates for future projects. Over time, you'll build a full library of polished marketing materials, a nice swipe file that you can reuse and refine. Now, these are just 10 of the 100 plus prompts that we have published over on the blog. We'll put a link in the description that we've compiled specifically for general contractors and home remodelers. These are a gold mine. They can help you get more leads, make more sales, and get more business. So if you want the full guide, you can get it today. Just click the link. It includes prompts for social media, ad copy, SEO, email marketing, customer communication, and so much more. ChatGPT and AI can save you so much time. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your time today. Hope these prompts help you market and grow your business more effectively, win more jobs, and grow your revenue. Now go out there and start prompting and happy building.